Okay, these are going to be directions on what we're going to do for making our digital notebooks. Okay, I have the notebook, the digital page to download here. So you're going to download the digital page first by making a copy. So here it's asking you to want to make a copy. So you're going to make a copy. So it'll make a copy on your Google Drive. So this is what you should be downloading. So we're doing Unit 4, exponential functions and logarithmic functions. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a pre-calculus folder on your drive. Now, most of you probably have your drive and it looks like this in pictures or in boxes. You can do it that way if you want. I like mine in folders, so I'm using this button called List View up on the top right. So I see it like folders. You can do it either way. So I like mine in folders, so I'm having mine in folders. So I want you to create a pre-calculus folder. So you're going to pick the plus button, pick folder, and you're going to call it pre-calculus. You're going to create one. C-A-L-C-U-L-U-S. There we go. Create pre-calculus. So you have a folder called pre-calculus now. I suggest you do this for all of your classes, not just my class. So do you see how it'll sort your list alphabetically? So I actually, everything I want sorted at the top of my Google Drive, I put numbers. So if you want it sorted towards the top, if you put a number in front of it, so you could name them by period, if you want. I'm just letting you know what I do. That's what I do. Okay, so I made a copy of, where did it go in my Google Drive? So then you go to my drive, and where did it go? That copy. Okay, so copy of, this is what I just made a copy of, and I'm going to have you move it to the pre-calculus folder that we just made. You're going to open up your folder and open up your file. And you have the beginning pages for today's lesson. Okay, I'm going to just clean mine up because I don't want it to say copy of. Part of today's assignment is I want you to type your name on your folder. And what period you're in. I'm going to just call this fourth period for this example. I want you to share it with me. So kstout@irvingisd.net. I don't know if I can share it with myself, but I'm going to try. So you're going to share it with me, and then in Canvas, you're going to copy the URL right here and paste this in as your assignment. So there is a notebook assignment for today that you have shared your notebook with me and that you've pasted the URL for it with me. That's part of an assignment, and your notebook will be a major test grade every unit. Okay, so for on this unit, we're still kind of experimenting and you're going to have to figure out what you want to do. But this is today's lesson here. This is what it looks like. So I have some basic information that you have, and then I have 3 examples that I'm going through. And now I make these as a sheet of paper, so it really, the first sheet is going to be like the page number 1, Then the left on the second sheet is page 2, right is page 3, and then the back of my sheet would be like the back of page 4. So when you're taking your notes, you're taking a look at what does this look like before you get started, so you know how you're going to take your notes. Because you are going to paste your notes that you write down with your pencil and paper while you're watching the lesson in this notebook. So whether you want to paste them on top of information here or on a blank sheet of paper following it that you have it to reference, I'm going to leave that up to you. That's some of what I'm going to see when I'm looking at your notebook. So for instance, I want to import, I took a picture of problem number 1. So there's 4 problems that I did as an example. So problem number 1 here, I worked out in my notebook and I took a picture. So I want to insert that into my notebook. So I'm going to insert an image. I'm doing it from my computer. And I took this here. So I'm bringing my picture that I took with my phone on here. So it makes it giant. So you're going to have to decide what you want to do. But some of the things you're going to do is make it the size you want and then turn it. You know, there's this little circle here. This turns everything. So if it's not coming in the direction you want, so you're either taking notes like this and you're just going to paste them in, or if you want to make these small and put them on top of the other notes, you know, this is what you're going to have to decide to do. You're going to do 3 different pictures, 1 picture. How are you going to do it here? So cut. And if I go over here and I'm pasting it on here and paste, you know, these are the notes for this example. You know, you can put them either on top of it, however you want to make your notebook. This is you. You want to cut and paste and do whatever you want. I'm leaving this all up to you. How do you want to do this? Now I'm doing my stuff on a computer, so I have a snipping tool, but I don't have a Chromebook, so I'm not sure what you have available. But there's lots of apps, and if you find something that works really good, please let me know and share it so I can tell everybody else. But there's lots of ways you can go about doing this. So you can either paste your pictures on your sheet side by side here, or however you took your notes, or you can paste them inside of the notes, however you want.